So the first thing you do when you start preparing for an exam like the CAT is you define your timeline. So if you're starting in December or January, hi guys, welcome to this course on the Arun Sharma Mindworks YouTube channel, and I hope you are all enjoying the content we are bringing to you. Do spread the word around, do spread, talk about us with your friends, etc. Do share the videos so that we can grow faster, and we will be actually loving all the attention and all the love that's coming from all of you. And in that context, a lot of you have been asking me for in your chats about CAT preparation in a 1 year context. So here goes. I'm now talking about preparation for CAT in a 1 year context in this course. And it will be a course which will be maybe around a length of 7, 8 to 10 videos, which will be bringing on this channel. And of course, you all can explore Mindworks for going ahead with a complete prep course with us as you move on. And through, what I'm going to talk to you about here is also going to be kind of a synthesis of the strategy we follow with our students at Mindworks, and we get them to do all this this thing because ultimately the course that we run at Mindworks is essentially something that I conceptualize and I kind of structure it so that my students who execute it can actually work it out. And that's a big if. That's my only if when a student joins us. It's not about कि a lot of people get this feeling कि Mindworks join कर लिया, अरुण शर्मा के पास चले गए, तो मेरा तो अब काम हो गया. But that's not true. You have to execute. I'll give you the tools, but the execution has to be yours. So coming back in today's session, we are starting off with the overall prep strategy. So the overall prep strategy में सबसे पहला aspect जो तुमको plan करना चाहिए has to be in a 1 year context I'm talking about, has to be the timeline. And of course you can modify this the concepts I'm talking about here to 8 months, 6 months, 4 months. I don't think CAT preparation should be less than 4 months, but if there is a situation where you're doing CAT prep or any top B school prep in less than 4 months, so uske liye kya karna chahiye, we'll come to that when we are closer to that timeline in an exam. There is a way where I even suggest 2 people how to do it in 3 months, but ideally 8 to 12 months is quite ideal if you are consistent with your work. So you got decent timeline if you are actually preparing for CAT in a 8 to 12 month time frame, right? So I would call that long-term CAT prep. 5 to 8 months I would call it as regular time CAT prep, and less than 5 months I would call it as short-term CAT prep. So long-term CAT prep mein, the first thing you need to understand to do is that you have to divide your timeline into 2 parts. One part of your timeline is the input, where you're taking in stuff, and the second part of the timeline is the output, where you're practicing your outcomes in the context of mock tests and simulations. So the first thing you do when you start preparing for an exam like the CAT is you define your timeline. So if you're starting in December or January, your input typically takes a 4 to 5 month. 5 month period is ideal to complete the entire tour of the entire portion. But in case you are starting a little bit later, that you can also define it by the month by which you want to finish your input. So by input I mean 1 round of doing everything, 1 round of doing all the chapters, 1 round of doing all question types, and maybe the starting of the second rounds of the initial chapters that you did. So that's something that you should try to complete in the first 4 to 5 months of your preparation. And I would think that ideal CAT prep in long-term CAT prep context, if CAT is in November end, July end should be that date where you say कि okay, मेरा input का majority part July end तक खत्म हो जाना चाहिए. That's ideal timeline. And if you can do it by May, if you're starting a little bit earlier, if you can finish off everything by May or April, it becomes even better for you. So that's the first point. कि तुम अपने timeline को divide करो कि ये part मैं अंदर लूँगा concepts को, और ये part में practice करूँगा concepts को बाहर निकालने का, mock test और execute करने का, right? So our execution का you have to keep at least a 3 to 4 month timeline. So that's why I said 31st July is, for me, for long-term CAT prep students, for me 31st July is kind of a benchmark date. कि उस दिन के बाद most of the students who are preparing for that year's CAT should typically move into output practice, right? And why it's important to finish off your input at least 4 to 5 months before the CAT. And this is something I've also talked about in my How to Become a Super Successful Student course, which is on the Arun Sharma Academy. And I would love it if you can go visit that course. I'll put a link for this on this video also for you. But why it's important is this concept of compounding, which I always talk about in the context of studies and students. I hope you know the concept of. You must have heard the concept of compounding in the context of money and the world of finance. The concept of compounding, or the power of compounding, is the value that 1 rupee of capital today starts creating, because it is invested in an instrument that is giving 6-7% return, and every 7th year, say 6th to 7th year or 8th year, 10th year, it doubles and keeps doubling. And because of that compounding, that 1 rupee ends up becoming 100 and 1,000 and 1,00,000 rupees over a period of time, if it's compounded with enough time. So similarly, when you prepare a topic, when you take a topic in, suppose you're studying a topic like percentages, or you're studying a topic like averages, any topic in maths, you're doing something in reasoning, you are trying to read things in a subject for improving your comprehension. So when you start doing those things, which are the basic tools of what you do in CAT prep, so what you have to ensure, what you have to remember during that prep process is that if you finish that taken at a certain point, or if you finish majority of that taking in at a certain point, and then you allow some time for it to stay in your mind, you give it the compound, it will automatically create the compounding effect of the idea being part of your mind for a longer period of time. And that's a very critical aspect of your prep process. So unfortunately, people who finish off portion by August, September, October, and I see a lot of people not even finishing off portion, November, last Sunday of November में एग्जाम है, Thursday को एक चैप्टर पढ़ रहे हैं. So those people don't stand a chance because of the fact that they have not created that compounding. So the compounding logic is very simple. When an idea goes inside your head, and it remains in your head for some time, it starts merging with other ideas, and then you start mutating that idea, and then you start controlling that idea because it becomes yours. So that compounding effect, unfortunately, most of us don't plan during our prep process. So this is my first advice to you, and this is a course which I'm bringing for you for CAT prep strategy, and each video will be around 7-8 minutes, etc. Since I'm also out of time today, so I'll come up with the mechanics of the prep process in my next video. Thank you so much for now. I'll see you back, and hope you are enjoying the courses we are bringing, enjoying the videos we are bringing. We have committed to you to be there for the whole year, whether you join us at Mindworks or not. But that's not something that I'm looking at. I mean, if you are planning to take a coaching, I can suggest that you come into Mindworks, because I'll be kind of mentoring you there. But even if you don't join, I'm still there with you through the channel, and trying to give my best out to you. So do spread the word around, do share the videos that we are bringing for you, and make sure that you make the most of your time, and stay inspired, stay blessed, stay confident, and stay consistent, most importantly. Bye for now. Thank you so much.